Hey, y'all, come on in. It's good to see you.
We are celebrating Valentine's Day today with MacDuff's Soap Company.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres, why, come on in the live chat and meet the Whiv Pack, a cool group of folks hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you too, and one of them is named Gorguts. He just returned our care package for brand new wet shavers to see if they'd like it, and to say thank you, he included a small extract of one of his favorite unobtainiums. This is an aftershave called Carnival of Sin. And what did he say about it?
Give us a little slip with all the scent notes.
Scent notes? What are they?
All right, strap in, y'all. Candy apple, caramel popcorn, hay.
There's the carnival.
Candy, leather, tobacco, sex, hay, smoke, fire, metallic, lotus, and black orchid along with whiskey. Wow-wee.
There's a lot going on in this carnival.
Kind of Valentine's Day-y,
Oh,
baby.
man, this reminds me of Boo from Peter Chikalis. Remember that episode? Had to be rated PG-13? Okay. All right, here we go. Let's have a little sniff of this. Thank you, Gorguts. Yeah. We're so excited. All right, what's it smell like?
Let's see. I mean, we read the scent notes, but that never gives it all away.
Oh, I'm kind of getting it now. Oh,
it has a fun, kind of flirty, sweet side. And then it's a little deeper.
Whoa.
That's a very complex scent.
Oh, and I love how everything comes together. It's not like you sense the carnival and then you sense the debauchery, y'all. You are getting an eyeful as soon as you enter the tent. This is awesome, dude. But like your sister said, I don't think the circus ever actually smelled as good as the Big Top. I don't know if carnivals ever smelled this good. This is beautiful.
Right? I know the name kind of spins off as it's going to be a little deeper, darker, but this is actually a little more fun and flirty than I was expecting.
We need to get this to Will at Barrister and Mann and see what he thinks about this. Thank you, Gorguts. This is awesome. We will give this a place of honor in our collection. And what is our soap today?
We get to add to our cabin series with Valentine's Cabin.
Oh, there's a dog on the cover. Let's meet the soap.
So, just to correct, there's actually 2 dogs on the label.
It's Valentine's Day. Of course there's 2 dogs on the label. And from the sales page at MacDuffSoapCompany.com.
MacDuff's first Valentine's Day scent and the latest addition to the Cabin series features a tasteful blending of all things Valentine's Day. Starting with realistic strawberry melding with grape and oak under a backdrop of dark chocolate.
Sean, seriously.
No Valentine's Day is complete without roses, so expect to find a tasteful touch of rose complemented by lychee, which is a stone fruit if you've been paying attention to OG MacDuff scents. Valentine's Cabin sounds like it might be overly sweet, but we always find a balance with our scents. If this scent doesn't get MacDuff a girlfriend, nothing will.
Hey, she's perfectly willing to fill out the application. She enjoys long walks on the beach and chasing her lamb chop, and in that spirit, let's open the box! This is the cute size box, y'all. Look at this. I
get to open it because Marcus's hand is clearly occupied.
We very rarely order orders this small for MacDuff's that we get the little box, but there it is. Y'all, I have seen a sneak peek of this label. Wait until you see this.
It even has little snowflakes.
Worth the price of admission alone.
That.
Y'all, how adorable is that?
Oh, there's a little lamp in the corner. There's a fireplace and a warm rug. I just want to go hang out with them.
The children have to be raised Catholic.
Oh, look, their ears are even overlapping.
Y'all, I have had enough. It is time for our first impression.
I'm excited because if I could trust anyone to nail down a gourmand like this, I feel like it'd have to be Sean MacDuff.
Sean could make a gourmand out of a concrete scent. Y'all, it is amazing what he does under the surface of those cabins and everything in his line. I'm going to take this in first. And tell you what I got. I'm going to have to disrupt our little dog here.
I'll hold her head.
Oh, sweetheart. Okay, here we go. Taking it in.
It's like the adult version of a Valentine candy.
Y'all, I bring you glad tidings of great joy. The very first thing that hit me hard was chocolate. But here's the thing. We have done some chocolate soaps, and they are strong, powerful Pavarotti singers. Not this. This is a more subdued, a more in the background, a more team player chocolate that is the first to introduce himself to you, but is real quick to let you in on who the rest of the team is. It is not an overpowering chocolate, and it's not too wide a one, so that you can really explore what's going on around it. Whoa, hold on. That's just that one.
Yeah, it did say it was a dark chocolate, so maybe that's more part of it.
And I noticed when we were reading the sales page, he mentioned real strawberry.
Right.
There is a super ubiquitous strawberry chemical that they use on scratch and sniff stickers and strawberry shortcake dolls that we all grew up with. There's only 1 or 2 versions of it. Y'all, this isn't it. When he said real strawberry, he meant it. Because a real strawberry, I have them in my backyard, doesn't have an overpowering scent. It's almost a floral one in its fruitiness. And that is here, sitting under the chocolate as it should, because if it was poking through the chocolate, it wouldn't be real. Woo! Okay, hold on, there's more in here. Oh, the chocolate almost meets with like a wood or like a cedar. You know how he like takes a cedar cabin and builds a gourmand under it? The opposite has been done here, y'all. He has built a Wonka-esque cabin out of chocolate itself, and underneath in the foundation is the cedar and the other spices. Nicely done, Sean. I see what you did there. And I'm not getting much beyond how that chocolate and strawberry are swirling around each other, but they are sitting on a foundation of some MacDuff's magic. And I think there is a tiny little floral on top just to keep it whimsical and a bit romantic. I want you to take this in.
Okay. Yeah, I can't have all of the sweet candies, so this is kind of a nice way to splurge.
This is what Picard shaves his head with before he has breakfast with Beverly Crusher.
Okay, diving in here, let's see.
There are 4 lights.
Ah, those blend together really well.
I know. Tell me about the chocolate. What do you get in the chocolate?
Okay, so that chocolate stayed with me throughout the whole whiff.
Yep.
But it wasn't too overly chocolate. Like, I didn't just open a box of chocolates and get overwhelmed.
Right.
They're in the room, but they're not the only singer at this party.
When you want pure, beautiful, unadulterated chocolate, go to Denton Magic. He's got dork and he's got truffle shuffle going on. Y'all, those are amazing. But those are also a real melted Hershey bar in my hand. This is a different character. This is a more dapper, a little bit more woody of a character in the chocolate. How else do you sense it?
It's funny because, like, out of the lineup that we have for MacDuff's, I would almost put this more towards like the Alberta Boys side of things or something like that. It's approaching that type of a scent. But the strawberry in this is sneaky. It's here, but like you were saying, it's more the real strawberry. Like, I get almost the texture of it. We have had some more like raspberry, strawberry types of scents that go almost leathery. Here, it doesn't. It stays on that sweeter gourmandy side, but not too sweet. Like, I'm not getting cavities. Sometimes it can be overpowering. And here, it's the perfect blend. Like, almost like a strawberry hot chocolate. Like, there's something they're meant to be together.
And not overpowering the chocolate. So if you took a lion and a labradoodle, that would not be a fair mashup. That's what's happening in here. The strawberry is not as prominent a character as the chocolate. It can't be. And if you tried to turn it up to match the chocolate's intensity, you would have lost something. It would have oversaturated the scent. So it is sitting just perfectly because it's chocolate plus, and your nose is invited to be like, what is that beautiful sweet plus it's strawberry?
So I get the image of a strawberry dipped in chocolate, like the strawberry is covered by the chocolate. But again, they're meant to go together. Let me dive in and see if I can get a little hint of the rose that's hiding in here.
Oh, right.
Oh, it's interesting. I don't know if I would have known that the lychee thing was in there. But it's at the very end of the whiff happening.
I didn't even remember to look for it. Or the rose. Did you get a floral?
It's kind of hidden. It almost becomes part of the chocolate.
Oh, you're right.
But it's there, but it doesn't make it like a feminine rose.
No,
It just sets the Valentine season, kind of.
I only really caught the last half of the rose, which is why I sensed it as something sort of delicate and floral as you say goodbye. But there's something beautifully almost red wine-ish about the rose, how it meets with the chocolate in the undertones of this.
But then see at the very end if you get more of the stone fruit kind of thing coming through.
Oh, right. Please hold.
Because to me it was like the last, kiss out the door.
Just ever so subtle, helping with the sweetness at the end. But you know what else I caught that I had to be reminded by this was in there? Grape.
Oh, yeah!
There's grape in here. And not like a Kool-Aid grape,
No.
but almost like a white grape that would go into champagne.
Yes,
is
I'm
what's
with
in
you.
this.
Because my brain at first was like, what is in there? Like, it's not a alcoholic kind of vibe.
It's a dry grape.
Yeah, it is. It makes the scent more dry, and it works here. I know that might sound different, but it's needed to balance out the sweetness of the other side.
Rose and grape, absolutely in the vibe, 100%. And I think this is more a vibe than a character. I don't think this is MacDuff. I think this is that whole beautiful fireplace scene he's got going for his lady friend. I wonder what her name is. Ophelia?
I almost get more of like a white grape juice.
Yes.
So that maybe that could be more turned into a wine. I have
Remember
no
when
idea.
Welch's white grape juice came out? We all lost our mind.
It's funny, I don't get more of like a citrus side. It's not, I can tell you what's not in here, but it's blended so well that all the parts need to be there.
And you know what's cool? I almost expected this to be reminiscent of the smelly markers or the scratch and sniff stickers I grew up with, because that's the only place in my experience I've like had chocolate and strawberry and rose kind of together like that.
And
but
grape.
y'all, while he has definitely put those scent notes in this, that's not the vibe you get. The vibe you get from this is still a gentleman. The vibe you get from this is still a beautiful, put together place. This doesn't go whimsical. This does not go novelty at all. In fact, I think if it had a different label on it, you wouldn't necessarily even pick out the chocolate. You would almost just get something sweet, creamy, sort of woody and spicy.
It's fun though, because I think most of the cabin series have like a holiday or a season or something connected. And this one to me really does fit that Valentine's kind of filled with love vibe coming through.
And it is the smell of a romantic. This is the smell of Bill Murray reading those poems to Andy McDowell in Groundhog Day. And y'all, if you've seen Groundhog Day, on the last day, when they're like in the snow, it starts to snow. And Phil Connors is like, wait a minute, it didn't always snow at this time.
Right.
Did it? And it's a little callback to It's a Wonderful Life. When the spell was broken, it snowed.
The general vibe I'm getting from this is that you are taking your time. So think of going off to a cabin for a Valentine's weekend. There's no rush. There's nothing planned. Like, it's different than some of the soaps that are more of like a date night soap. That's a very quick intention. This to me is like you just want to pause and enjoy the moment. Like the picture.
This is a sure thing. And y'all, let's revisit these scent notes while we show you a MacDuff's lather. Sarah chose this beautiful hardware from her collection for our lather today. Would you like to walk the folks through what you got there?
Yes, I have my Foxy brush here from AKA, my beautiful abalone bowl from KU, and this is the smaller size.
12 abalone had to die to make this. No, it's resin. In step one, y'all, Sarah's going to make a flat surface with the soap inside the bowl so that when the brush first comes in contact with it, it's not going to pull off chunks. It's going to pull off layers.
I like that this one is more of that softer soap because you can really spread this out and it's easier to avoid the chunks getting in your soap.
Right. Sean himself will tell you these are basically to be bowl loaded. The only one who has a license to tub load these is Matthew Fox.
Yes.
So y'all, we just did a vertical bloom with the soap. We're going to let the water hang out at the bottom of the bowl, and Sarah's going to start loading the bristles of her brush with that lovely MacDuff's. And she's going to turn the brush about 25%, give those bristles a second orientation to come with the soap, go forwards, go backwards. But with this MacDuff's, y'all, abracadabra. It is already gone. And then she's going to dive down into the bottom of the bowl, get that water, and it's all in the wrist. Start building our lather.
The octopus arms, as Melinda would call these, really do help catch the soap in a fun way.
A few moments later.
And just like that, we've got some magic lather coming out of here.
Faster than you can say, Bob's your uncle. I know we never discuss lather here on the Barbershop Duet, but y'all, would you please look at this? And y'all, when we watch our AA shaving videos, we love to see how Aaron coats the face with the lather. So while we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, I do want you to see how this lather coats the face. Look at this. What a beautiful feel this has. Oh, did you get a tiny bit of vetiver in this soap?
I don't know if it's vetiver. Oh, it's the oak. The oak, I think.
It's the oak. That's what's happening under the surface. And boy, where that is meeting with the chocolate. This might be one of my favorite MacDuff's, and that will come as a surprise to nobody. All right, back to the sales page at MacDuffSoapCompany.com.
There's a lot
I
here.
was not expecting this. Y'all
Hold on.
put your seatbelts on, because we're going to start here at the beginning.
We just saw the label and ordered this. We didn't even look at the
Are
scent notes.
you serious, Sean? Okay, starting with
fresh strawberry slices.
that's it. Your mom would put a little sugar on it in the bowl, mix it up.
And that's the next thing.
And
cane sugar.
Sugar. Thank you. Good night. I should have known. I should have known. When you start smelling this, there are so many colors in this. And then the next one.
Sea salt.
Beautiful.
White musk. Cacao. And dark cocoa.
Y'all, so where cocoa meets cacao, and then
Vanilla. Oh, wine. We were right.
Yes, Marcus was right. There is wine where the roses meet the chocolate.
But then,
and shouldn't there be? And
there's
look
also
at this.
brandy.
Look at this. The night gets even crazier. They break out the hard liquor.
Black currants. Aged oak.
And hold on. Can we just hold those two together for a second? Because the way the oak and the currants is coming together is what ushers them back into the strawberry scents. All of this kind of gives you U-turns back to the strawberry. And am I getting a hot flash, or did the heater just turn on by itself behind us? Oh! It was the heater, but that definitely could have caused a hot flash because, y'all, the last scent notes are
Virginia cedarwood, rose, and lychee.
He had to leave the country to get the cedar, y'all. He's up in Canada.
I have to say, once you lathered this up, I knew magic was happening, but that explains what was happening.
100%. So let's start with the sea salt. Can you smell salt? Yes, you can, because it's giving you a little bit of an aquatic hit of fresh air, especially when up against the white musk. Children of the 80s, welcome home. And then how beautiful is this? Cacao nibs with dark cocoa kind of mixed together with vanilla.
It keeps it from getting too sweet, though.
Right.
Like, somehow they're all balanced to where it's the perfect amount of sweet.
But that's why the chocolate doesn't go overpowering.
Yeah.
It's not all chocolate. It's mixed with cacao, and that is brilliant. Doesn't go carob. We're not crazy. And the brandy and the wine together, because brandy and wine are actually sort of related.
Right. But they work so well together. I knew it was an evening, and I think that was somehow part of it.
And it's a Merlot. You fall into a bit of a trap, thinking that the holiday ones are going to be sort of novelties, that they're going to be sort of one-offs, that they're not going to be these deep, rich, complex masterpieces. That's right, I said it. Let's take this a little deeper.
It's funny, where I feel like you would reach for Alberta Boys, I would reach for this. And they would almost kind of be good friends at the same vibes.
Cherry and strawberry, that's a Valentine's night. Masterpiece. Y'all, unbelievable in this balance. And those set notes just confirm it.
I think it's interesting, like in our den, you'd probably reach for Alberta Boys first, maybe. And this one would be one that I would reach for, but they would be really good friends.
Put those cherries and strawberries together, that's a Valentine's night. The chocolate's prominent, but it's just not bossy. It may not even be the first thing you identify because those other characters come in and surround it so quickly and beautifully. Oh, and it's very rare that you can actually discover the spiciness in a chocolate because that first cocoa powder whiff hits you so hard, you don't really get to dive down into it. But I think that's the cleverness of adding dark cocoa.
Right, but I think that even the spice parts come through with the wine, brandy, black currants, the aged oak. Like there's something in there that really pulls all the fun parts out of them.
Yes, and the bitterness in the dark chocolate is being perfectly balanced out with everything else. There's not even a sense of anything in here bitter, and yet it doesn't need to go crazy sweet to be this charming.
I think I'm getting more of the rose at the end. It's just, there is something right at the end. That rose is a magic little thing.
I can almost just get whatever I'm looking for. So if I dive in for the cedar, it's there. If I dive in for the lychee, I got a whiff for a while, but it's there. I need to find the brandy. I'm not quite finding that yet, but I am finding the wine, which is a good indicator. So hold on a second.
Follow the chocolate. I think it's after that in my whiff.
Oh, right. And it's not really the spice of the brandy. It's almost like the alcohol burn of the brandy.
It's on the table.
Well, it's Valentine's Day. You want a little heat. Did you ever make the construction paper Valentine's mailboxes in grade school?
Oh,
Everybody had to bring one? Now, did you have a rule in your class that everybody had to bring one for everybody?
Yeah, that was kind of a thing. There was 32 of us, everyone always, but it was always fun to see what would be like the theme. Because sometimes, it'd be more the superheroes and the cartoon characters. Other times it was the lollipop would stick inside.
Right.
Or like what candy was going around, who had the best, it was a thing.
And the fun part was you got your little kit and you had all the little cards and the little envelopes and you got to put them together, lick the envelopes and address them to who you wanted them to go to. And it was always the person you liked that you had to be super careful which Valentine to give them because you couldn't say too much, but you didn't want to say too little. And they all had Mickey Mouse on them.
And then later in high school, it was all about the candygrams. But then it was like cash. You had to pay to do it, so you really had to pick.
And I think we had like people that would come sing at the candygram. They'd sing like a love song to you during class.
It's a thing.
That's not embarrassing.
And then wasn't there like a Sadie Hawkins dance or something?
You are way too young to know about that. I am way too young to know about that. That goes back to like the 20s, 30s, and 40s. And it was this one dance a year where the girls had to ask the guys.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure who's Sadie Hawkins. Sadie Hawkins. My niece is named Sadie.
I know. I just thought of that. As soon as you said that, I was like, oh.
We kind of make this show for her.
Yeah. I do like that we kind of keep that up. We always make each other Valentines or something more creative and artsy. We try not to spend, going out to dinner is super expensive or other stuff. We try to make it more personal, which I like.
I've written you a song the last 2 years. She put some on the wall.
I've recorded me dancing to that song. So, it's kind of fun.
And thanks a lot, Sean. I can't go out and get her chocolate and strawberries and roses now. They're going to pale in comparison to how this smells. Y'all, if there is a takeaway, it's how beautifully subdued that chocolate really is so that you can appreciate it. It's almost like chocolate's generally standing right next to the speaker at a concert. And this lets you put a little distance in between you so you can enjoy the music.
I almost feel like the magic of this is that the chocolate brings you in, but everything else around it is the good time, the party. It's setting the tone. You can feel like you're sitting by the fire. Like there's tons of little parts to this that make it more personal.
And on a scale of 1 to 10 for cleverness on the label, I know Sean does use AI, so we'll give him a bit of a pass on that, but I give this a solid 7.5 or 8.
Yeah, for sure. I want to look at it all the time, make a little Valentine's card out of it.
So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Pongo walking through the park with his owner, Roger, and all of a sudden, you're going to see the most beautiful Dalmatian walking right over there by the fountain, and you're going to wonder, what might happen if you try to get your owner, Roger, and her owner to lock eyes? And well, 99 or 100 Dalmatians later, you're going to get your own. So, head over to MacDuff'sSoapCompany.com to find this and a bunch of other cool stuff. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Valentine's Cabin, and here is why this little beauty is going to surprise you. We all think we know what chocolate smells like. We all think we know what strawberry smells like. And brandy, and cedar, and everything else amazing going on in here, and grapes. Y'all, Sean has done it differently, done it more real, done it more faithful, done it less novelty and more perfumer, and in a balance that can only be described as whimsically romantic. And the lather, soft, safe, comforting, protective. A perfect Valentine's Day cherry on top. Thank you, Sean.
Welcome to Messages.
Hey, y'all. So for February, we decided our giveaway is going to be for a $20 e-gift card to Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. And all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email here to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com, mention PAA, and check back here on our first episode in March to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck. You already shaved today, but I didn't, so I can maybe use this one.
I am going to make you use this because you need to have a nice relaxing shave. This is magical.
Maybe I'll use my strawberry shortcake brush. It'll be a whole thing.
Right. And you know what? We have our magic scale.
We do.
Our cleverness scale, where it's taking these set notes that we know and are pretty familiar with, like these, but are building a picture with it that is so outside the box and unlike anything we've ever seen before. That's what this scale is for. 1 to 10. What do you give this little beauty?
I would say 8.59.
I'm going 9.
Yeah.
This is absolutely amazing. And again, not in intensity, but in cleverness. I would only give this like a 2.5 intensity, but it's the cleverness, y'all. Your nose is invited into this beautiful dinner party. And boy, that dessert is going to be amazing.
Yeah, I am thoroughly enjoying. Every whiff is a new experience, and all those scent notes are needed. Like, that's the part of the magic that's coming through.
To make that balance. The strawberry wouldn't be what it was without the white musk. It is amazing.
And thank you, Sean, for letting us buy this a little early to get it on the way so we could film this before Valentine's Day.
Really appreciate it, buddy. And thank you for all you do and all of the care you put into this world. We appreciate it.
We do. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell more romantic just watching this.